I love this. I'm coming to you today with a quick and eerie story time. I wanted to bring this. I've been wanting to bring this story time to you all, but it's like every time I think about it, I get the jitters, and it's still scary. It's still like it happened yesterday, but I just wanted to bring it to you all just to get it off my chest and just go ahead and inform you all that for those of you who feel as if Poltergeist doesn't exist, the Shadow Man doesn't exist, you have another thing coming. And it's like I say, it still gives me chills to this day, y'all. Like, I'm having chills right now just talking about it. But I wanted to just share with you all to let you all know that it is something real. It has nothing to do with, religion or your faith base when it comes to, God or your relationship with God, because I have a strong relationship with my Father. I have a strong relationship with him. I am a praying woman, but this is just something that I experienced. Actually, my brother and I experienced when we were younger. And it was actually right before we moved to, because I grew up, starting the story, we grew up in the city, out here where I live in Virginia. And we were just moving, getting ready to move, all boxed up and stuff, getting ready to move out of our apartment and move into the county where I still stay till this day. But as a family, me, my sister, my brother, my dad, and my mom, all of us were packing up, moving to the county. So this was a milestone for us. This was so exciting because where we were staying, we had been staying there for a while, and it was starting to become run down, and it was just the area was not too good. But so we were packing up, excited, getting ready to move to the county. And this particular night, we were asleep in our home. It was a 2-bedroom apartment, and we did have stairs in this apartment. And me, my sister, and my brother, we shared a room at the time. And like I said, everything was packed up in our house. And so we had slept on the floor this particular night. We had made a pallet. I know y'all familiar with pallets. Some of y'all familiar with pallets. But we made a pallet and on the floor, and we were all asleep on this pallet. And it was me, my brother, and my sister, because my brother is the youngest. And we were younger then, because matter of fact, when age range, I was 16. I would say I was going on 16. Yeah, I was getting ready to turn 16. It's like when we moved to the county, I had my 16th birthday party. So yeah, that'll tell you how old we are. And me and my brother are like 4 years apart. I think we're 4 years apart. Me and my sister, we're 2 years apart. So yeah. So we're all sleeping on the floor. So I get up. I have to go to use the restroom. So I get up. My mom and my dad sleep in their room. All of us are asleep. So I get up and I go to the bathroom. So I'm in the bathroom. And at this age or whatever, not this age, but I just ran in the bathroom. For some reason, I felt a little uneasy that night. I don't know what it was, but I ran into the bathroom, left the door open, and I remember myself watching, because right in front of the door, if you walked out, it was our staircase. It was like the bathroom staircase, and you would walk down to, downstairs. So I'm sitting on the toilet watching the staircase. Like, I'm looking at the staircase, can't even focus on using the bathroom because I'm watching the staircase. So next thing you know, we hear this banging downstairs. It was like banging, it was like the sound of cabinets opening and all of that. And like, I'm just getting chills telling y'all. But you can hear all this noise, like slamming the cabinets, banging, all of that. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Somebody's in our house. And we just knew someone had to be downstairs in our house, because like back when I started hearing this, when we started hearing this, my father jumped up. He jumped up out of bed. Everybody stayed upstairs or whatever. He jumped up out of bed and he would keep this blue baseball bat, and he just kept it, nearby or whatever, just in case. And next thing you know, he ran down the steps like somebody was gonna get their ass beat with this baseball bat. So I'm scared to death. I'm like, oh my God, like, what the hell? Because as long as we lived in that neighborhood, nobody had ever, came to our house or even, messed with our house in any way, shape, or form, or any of that. So we never had anyone try to break in, none of that. So, excuse me, y'all. So we hear, he goes downstairs, and like we said, from upstairs, it sounded like somebody was just wrecking everything downstairs in our home. Like they was just throwing stuff, banging cabinets, silverware, all that. That's what you heard. So he runs downstairs. Nobody follows him. We stay upstairs, and we were in disbelief when he came back upstairs and told us nobody was down there. The cabinets weren't open. The drawers weren't open. Nothing was broken. Nothing was taken out of the drawers. Nothing was thrown around. Nothing was stolen. The front door wasn't open. The window wasn't open. Like, y'all, I was like, what? Like, why the hell we not packing up leaving now? You know what I'm saying? But it was just crazy. It was crazy. So after he came upstairs and said, none of this was going on, for some reason, we all went back to sleep. Didn't leave. We go back to sleep. Y'all, if I was older, I would have left. But I wasn't. So later on in that night, I don't know a specific time. All I know, we were asleep for a while. And I'm sitting there. No, not sitting there. We're laying there, whatever. So my brother wakes me up out of my sleep. Mind you, we still sleeping in the same pattern on the floor. Side by, all three of us. Me, my brother, my sister. So my brother was like, he's shaking me. So I wake up, and I know I'm fully awake. Like, I know I'm fully awake. It's with, I knew I was fully awake. I wake up, and he's like, I could tell like he's scared to death. And he's like, see, look at the door. And like I told y'all in the beginning, like, this story still, it seems like it's so real that it seems like it just happened yesterday. And he's like, Sierra, look at the door. So y'all, I look at the door, and then I didn't know, what it was called or who it was, you know what I'm saying? Until just recently, my oldest daughter, like, she likes watching certain things. And I don't allow her to watch, things that are for adults. But she watches some other stuff, and we were watching this documentary, and it was a guy on there, and he was talking about the shadow man. And when I was actually doing some at the time, but then it caught my attention, and I started watching, and I was like, that's what, you know, I was told, I said, that's what me and your uncle saw. And I was like, oh my God, you know, because for all these years, we had no idea what it was. We kept, you know, trying to explain. Everyone knew, you know, that night what we heard in our house. You know, everybody heard that. But as far as seeing this, me and my brother saw it. My parents were in that room. We wanted to run in their room, but we didn't want to run past him. My sister was so afraid to look. She didn't want to look. So my brother was like, you know, look over at the door. So I glimpse at the door, and I see a man standing in the door, you know, just the outline of a man, all in black, but except for his eyes stood out. His eyes were red, and he had on a hat, and he was breathing very heavily. And it scared the shit out of me, y'all. Like, it scared the shit out of me. When I say it's real, it is real. Only thing I could think of to do when I saw him, I automatically started praying. I put my face down. I told my brother, I said, put your head down now. We're praying. You know what I'm saying? And I was praying so hard. We were praying. I was praying so hard. Until finally he just disappeared. And he didn't walk over towards us. You know, he just stood there, and you could see, you know, him breathing and this, that, and the other. And it just shocked the shit out of me. Like, I was just shocked. I'm like, because throughout our whole time living there, like, we never had anything like this go on. So it was like, now that we're leaving, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is up with that? And it was eerie to me, because I'm like, we've been staying here the whole entire time, and not once have any of us had any type of experience. And it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. Like, I don't know, it just makes me think, I don't know, maybe if it has some type of meaning. I don't know what may have been behind it, because it was like, soon as we moved from the city and moved to the county, certain things start changing, and some of my family members' lives, I'm not going to get into detail about it, but certain things start changing. So now thinking back on it, I'm like, you know, did this have something to do with it? You know, but it was a crazy experience for me. It was a very, very crazy experience, and I am a believer now. I've been a believer for a long time, because like I said, this happened to me when I was 15, you know. So I don't know, but I feel much better now, you know, expressing it, because I've expressed it before, and some people, they're like, what? You know, and I'm like, yeah, like, if you don't believe, like, honey, like, it's real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just grateful, you know, I'm just so grateful and thankful by the grace of God, that, because I've seen, you know, documentaries where some of these people who have had these experiences, it was something that never went away, you know. And I'm just so thankful, and I'm just so blessed, you know, that it was just this once, you know, this experience, and that was it. Because, like, that was something that I would never, ever, ever want anyone to experience, or, you know, have to deal with, you know. So yeah, but that is my eerie, crazy story time. Like, my eerie, crazy story time. And if you all, you know, have had any spooky encounters, just drop them down below in the comment section. I would love to hear about them. I am like a horror film or horror fanatic, but this had nothing this had nothing to do with that at all. So yeah, but if you've had, you know, any type of crazy experiences like what I've just, you know, expressed to you all, told you all, just leave them down below in the comment section. I would love to hear about them. And yeah, so that's my eerie, spooky story time, and I hope you love it. Enjoy. Do make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see more story times, and I will see you in the next